going to show you a prone one-arm trap raise, and this is a great exercise for shoulder health and improving posture. We're going to coach it a little bit differently depending on who you are. Mike's a guy who's in a lot of extension, so much so that it puts him in a kind of a funky core positioning when he does the exercise. So what we're actually going to do is when he lays down, I'm going to put this padding, whether it's a towel or a rolled up yoga mat, underneath his belly to kind of keep him in a more neutral spine posture. If you're someone who's real flexed, you don't need to worry about doing that, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start by staying stable here, glutes tight, anterior core engaged, and he's going to come up by posteriorly tilting his scapula and coming right up to a point where his hand is just about short of even with his body. So right back down, you'll notice his head stays in a neutral posture. This is a scapular movement on the rib cage. So the shoulder blade tips back as he comes up out front. And you'll see Mike has a tendency to drive down a little bit too low. I want him to get out in front and posteriorly tilt his shoulder blade on the rib cage. So you don't want too much tension through that. You should feel it almost entirely right here, not a whole lot in that upper trap. More importantly though, I don't want to feel anything in your biceps or in the front of your shoulder. So in an ideal world, we make it one smooth movement as we come up. If you're someone who's really struggling with that, what you may need to do is segment it a little bit more, break it down and say, I'm going to just tip that scap a little bit and then come up from here, okay? I don't want to feel it here when I do that posterior tip. Instead, I want it to pull a little bit towards the midline with just a gentle bit of posterior tilt and retraction to set me up for a good space where my shoulder can breathe.